stand by. The vacuum tubes are warming up. This is a special live broadcast right here on Georgia Radio.
It's always great when friends stop by, and especially Danni Stefanetti, who is joining us today. And for those of you that don't know her, she is Australian born, but works here in the United States as well, and Australia, and just sings great music. I'm a subscriber to the Tony Bennett theory that there's two types of music, Danni. There's good music and there's bad. And I don't care what I've heard you sing, it's all good. Every bit of it. And now you've teamed up with one of the Oak Ridge boys, William Lee Golden, for this new song that's coming out. Tell us about this experience.
Well, hey, Matt. It's great to be on your show out there in Georgia.
That's right. Long way from Perth.
It is, but I'm out here in Palm Springs, out in the hot desert. And wow, what an honor to release a song with one of the Oak Ridge boys, William Lee Golden.
Yeah, so talk to me about that. I mean, I'm sure that growing up over there, you heard the song Elvira, and then can you imagine, here you are years later, featured in, I guess that's where you guys met originally, with that re-release of Elvira, which was just nuts with all of those folks in it.
Oh, yeah, that video was so fun to shoot back in, we shot it back in October over there in Nashville with a lot of country music stars in the video. And, Kid Rock, Trace Atkins, Big and Rich. And, that was Joe Bonzel's one of his last music videos. So to be part of that project was pretty surreal. I didn't know of the Oak Ridge Boys when I was growing up in Australia, but I'm sure my granddad and all, my auntie knows of the Oak Ridge Boys. But when I got to spend some time with William and his family out there in Nashville, I definitely, I realized I was in the presence of a superstar when I got off the tour bus and people started going, "That's William Lee." And I went, "Oh, they are big. They are really big out here."
Yeah, just a little. That is super cool, though. So what were you listening to growing up? Because I always love this question because I know that you've been, I know who you've been compared to, but who were you listening to growing up? Were you like Eagle Rockin' and Run with the Horses and all the usual?
It was all the way from the Eagles to Jewel to Lenny Kravitz and Rolling Stones and Jimi Hendrix. A lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan I got into because of my guitar playing. Right. But, Peter Frampton, a lot of those bluesy riffs. But then I also liked a bit of Nat King Cole and a multi-genre. And then I got into some gospel as well, like Amy Grant and a lot of Dolly Parton and country music too. So it was all the way from rock, jazz, gospel, and they call that Americana, I guess.
Yeah, I think it kind of sums it all up, and it's so interesting that, to me at least, that all of those genres would be sort of labeled Americana. But I mean, it makes sense, right? It's one of the greatest exports we have here in the U.S. And I'm just glad that you figured it out and that you found it. You're an amazing guitar player. And just listening,
thank you.
I can totally hear the influences coming out. I loved this quote. William Lee Golden described you as kind of God's gift to country music. And then what an honor to be compared to, Dolly Parton. That has to be incredible.
Yeah, it was. And the fact that the Oaks and William have shared the stage with some of the biggest country music legends, including themselves, up there at the Opry, and to be Grand Ole Opry members. Yeah, to be compared to the likes of people that have gone before me that are legends is pretty amazing. Like, I got to play backstage there at the Opry on one of my trips, and William was
incredible?
pulling people out.
I mean, it's
he
so
was
incredible.
Come here, Danni.
Yeah.
I really was. It feels like a movie at times.
I love that he's making his songwriting debut now at, 85?
Yeah. I love that.
Further proof that, age is just a number, right? I mean, that is so incredible.
He's had that song sitting there for a couple of years, and my manager, Jeff Panzer, kind of was trying to get that out of him, and he wouldn't stop until he got that. He had this poetry written for his son, and I'm sure there's a lot of other songs he's written. He just hasn't shown the world because he's got quite a gift at it. and he's a painter as well. So he's a multifaceted artist. But yeah, as a songwriter, to come out at 85, and I think people are going to be blown away by, there's probably so much more that he hasn't even shared with all of us. Because he was like, oh, no, to Jeffrey. He was like, oh, I don't need to show you this one. You know, oh, Danny can help you put it to music, or he already had a melody, but it was like, we believe in him, and he doesn't even realize how great some of these ideas he has. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. Well,
I've got my heart on you. I've heard it, and it's really wonderful. It's one of those gifts that when you hear the music and then you hear his voice come on right there at the beginning, it just sets the tone. It's a really beautiful piece of work. So congratulations to both of you. Moving forward with this, I think it's going to be great.
Thank you.
And again, I've got my heart on you. It's going to be available wherever you download your music. And I would really encourage you to go out there and download it. We're going to feature it here on Georgia Radio, obviously, right after this interview. So what are you looking forward to after this project hits the air? What's next for Danni?
I'm actually, we have an album called Danni's Diamonds. So we've been releasing it as singles. The timing was on, and You Got Me Thinking of You. And I hope to release more singles from that rock and roll, I would say, Americana record that I co-produced with Jeff Panzer, and wrote that last year. And most of the world hasn't heard that full record yet. So I'm very excited to do that and do more touring and see what happens with this duet as well.
Well, there you go. And a big congratulations to you on all of the Josies. Female vocalist of the year. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. Just incredible stuff. And we're just getting to know you. That's the best part. If folks want to follow along and come see you live, how's the best way to do that, Danni?
Yeah, I'm performing a lot in California, and who knows, I may, visit Georgia or some of the other cities in America one of these days. But if they jump on to DanniStefanetti.com, all my tour dates and music videos, and even you can get my albums on there. Danni's Diamonds is actually available as a digital download before the even release of the album. So if they want to go to my website, all the information's on there as well.
That's just awesome. I love that you can go download the album now ahead of the release. Yeah. It's pretty cool, and I know that you would appreciate it. So we'll quick link your website into this show story and make that easy for you at home to go download Danni's big project that's coming out. But again, this song with William Lee Golden is just spectacular. I've got my heart on you. Danni, thanks for coming on. This has been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to hearing the whole album. I didn't know that, so I'm going to go download it right now while this is playing.
Thank you, Matt. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And thank you for supporting both William and I, and the legend that he is. The song is dedicated to his son, so it's very special, and a song that's very close to his heart as well.
Do you have an Oak Ridge Boys song set as the ringtone when he calls? I had to ask.
I should do that, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you need to. Danni, thanks for coming on today. Great to hear your voice.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt. You have a fantastic rest of your day.
And I really hope you'll come back on.
I hope so. Thank you for the invite,
Absolutely. We'll talk soon.
Talk soon.
Georgia Radio. Good company and great country.